In this video I'm just gonna show you a quick recap of how the week ended up. It was a pretty interesting week, ups and downs. As you can see if you watch my previous video, like my watch list have changed because some pairs got ruined, so I throw them away. This pair I had it since the week started, but it wasn't so ready for this week, only if it was like a big surprise. Since I didn't like the weekly story, how those candles are formed, we are in a breakthrough from a big zone, so I was expecting that move, was expecting the same move, so it wouldn't be ready. I think this will be one of the best pairs for next week. We just stuck and the price stayed in the zone, so that's good. We have a small reaction, so now we can just wait for a small indication and pull back, since we have an inverted head and shoulders. So we're waiting for this move to happen next week and we can find an entry. Then NZD/USD was here at the beginning of the week. By staying patient, we just and sitting on our hands, just avoid taking a trade that could be a loss. As you can see, that's a very well respected zone on the weekly and more in the daily, with many multiple touches. The thing is, price never really reject, just made that perfect formation that is and I think today is gonna have a bigger rejection until that zone there, so it's gonna be a perfect rejection and ready for next week. So as you can see here, it's formating head and shoulders on the 4-hour time frame, and if we have a small rejection next week, we can just wait for a small break retest and then go to the downside. So it will be one of the top pairs for next week also. Then Euro GBP, I also had that in my watch list. Again, it wasn't ready for this week because we are in a big zone. We haven't been above this zone since April 2023, so it's 2 years and a half almost, so we need to be patient. Price broke above 1-2 retests, perfect. Then the next week we can anticipate a small week, tap the zone and probably break through. As we can see, daily time frame saved it perfectly, as well as the 4-hour, just a small pullback and then we can go long. So then we have this one, which we didn't have. It's CAD JPY, but the reason I pulled this back, as you can see here, everything was bullish, but now that I will change it, weekly time frame just shifted bearish. If it closes like that, we just broke under the previous higher low. So now that we are in a weekly and daily zone and we broke through, we just wait for a small retest and go down, so it will be perfect for next week. And GBP USD, it is a pair that is both weekly and daily bearish. Now we have 1 to 3 weeks of rejection. Probably we're gonna have the big sell-off next week, but it's a little bit back from the others because I will need a break and retest to go down, so we will have to wait. And for the pair that I had, and I a UD card, it was a pair that it was just to watch on my red list. Nothing happened. Probably can be ready for next week. I need to of course fix it on weekend and see my areas of interest better, but we need some kind of break and retest. AUD USD, it was on my red list, nothing important, and this one also was on my red list because I didn't see the opportunity in that, because the weekly time frame it's still bullish. As you can see, the daily it's only bearish, and I don't trade like that. I need those two to be in sync, otherwise I'm not taking a trade. And the last but not least is NZD CAD, which was my top pair for this week. But as you can see, if you wait and patiently for your setup, you can avoid losses like that, because you have a plan, you have a strategy that works, but the market doesn't care. It can just break through every zone you have, every setup you're waiting for. it doesn't care. So the only thing you need to do is be patient and wait. So that was the weekly recap, and stay updated. I'm going to upload my weekly pairs for next week, so stay updated, tune up, and wait for the next video.